Why am I doing here is a phrase that was on a bumper sticker on Alan Zepp's Nissan Pathfinder. He had that in Visualize World Peas. But I really thought about this tour and this series as being something where I wanted it to talk about why we're doing things. It's about perspective, and it's about, there's an exploration figuring out where we're going to be or who we are. I mean, I kind of sort of know who I am, but it's an ever-changing landscape that we're rolling through, both existentially and metaphysically and corporeally, I suppose. So why am I doing here is, in a nutshell, is like, what am I doing, why am I doing it, and how am I doing it? And of course, in an extreme version, going on a 30-day tour across the country and trying to play as many places as I can, meet some people. Well, this is a tour that I started booking almost a year ago. We're heading out from Westminster, Maryland to Eaton, Ohio, and then Yellow Springs, Ohio. From there, we're in St. Louis and Wichita. And then from Wichita, we are in Colorado for 4 days, going across the state. Then heading up to Seattle, British Columbia for a day. Then back through Washington State into Portland and Springfield, Oregon. Spending 5 days in California. And then at the end of that, we start heading back through to Reno and Salt Lake City, and we're in Wyoming, Iowa, Chicago. Then we have a couple more days in Ohio, and we end our tour at the Purple Fiddle in Thomas, West Virginia. Well, I had played internationally in 2018, 2019. Ellen Cherry and I did a tour for our podcast, Why Aren't You Famous? And the second season, we were hanging out with songwriters that we knew, and we would write a song for that episode of the podcast and share the song and talk and stuff like that. And we ended up being up in Sook Island with Ellen Cherry's friend at the time, and now my friend. They're still friends as far as I know. But Kat Kadowski. And so, I'm sorry, Kadowski. Well, I can edit that out, although I won't. So, yeah, but I'm excited to play the international thing. I mean, as long as custom agents aren't watching this video, it's all good. Yeah. I'm kidding. We're not getting paid. It's just a party. So, there you have it. I think a lot of people, like, I think right now it's 50-50. It's always a pleasant surprise. Like, we're not really good at marketing. So, and, it's in a lot of ways, it's a one-man operation, and I can only do so much. I've found over the years that we do show up at some places, and out of the blue, someone will come up and say, "Yeah, I drove 4 hours to see this," and I'm like, "Oh man, let me get your tolls." Did you pay to get in? I'll take care of it. Like the last big tour we were on nationally, when we played in Springfield, Oregon, a place called the Public House. There was a young woman who was sitting at one of the benches watching us play, and she watched everything that we did. She paid close attention to, and I was like, to the point where I was like, "Oh, I better start remembering words." And then after the set, I went over. I try to say hello to folks, and I'm trying to sell some merch, but I'm just trying to meet people and see what's going on with them. And she said, "Oh, I've been waiting for you guys to come out here for 15 years." And I thought, wow, that's okay. That's gratifying. That makes you feel like wanted, needed, or listened to. I mean, we've been heard. And I think in a lot of ways, maybe that's what this tour also kind of is. Like, I want to be heard. I want to see the country. I mean, I would say I want to see the country/world before it disappears, or before I disappear, whichever happens first. And I'm not sure which that would be. So it's never been about the money because I've never made any money. I mean, I've made enough money to sustain myself to a certain degree. And you can, if you're wondering about that, you can talk to my accountant. But I think what drives me is the fact that I want to, like, I want to make art. I've got a voice, and there's a unique way to communicate it. And I want to be in a room with other people, and have them be affected by something, and I maybe go on a little bit of a journey together. I think that's a main incentive in the project. What a waste of time laying mines. You never get back home without a map. You double back, and every step is blown. I break down if you want me to, and I let go only if you do. I break down. And later on, when you were gone, I still got my heart, the code word, remember her. We were kids kissing in the dark, and I'll break down if you want me to, and I'll let go only if you do. I'll break down if you want me to, and I'll let go. Now let go if you want me to. I'll break down only if you do. I'll let go if you tell me to. I'll break down. One of the songs on the set list is a bonus track off of 2015's Pull Awake, and it's called "Wait a Minute." And I wrote it maybe 2011, maybe 2012. I have to go back and take a look. It might even be earlier than that. But it ended up not making the record, so we've just put it on as a bonus track on our Bandcamp page. And one of the things that's great about being out on tour when you're playing with the set list and you're playing these songs is it's not only are you investigating the country and meeting people, but you're also, in a lot of ways, Dave and I are investigating these songs. We play them differently every night. We play them in different voicings. We have different tempos and different feels. Sometimes I'll switch one from acoustic to electric. And with this song, I really want, because we have a new lineup as well for the full band, and I really would like this song to be something that maybe we work on as a band. So I'm interested to see what happens with this song as it evolves over the next 5 weeks. And as I do that, I want it to be, I just want to see where it grows. So I recorded a solo performance of it this morning. And that's what's going to come up on here, and then that's it.